we all have one question right now in this market, and that is, when do I buy altcoins, and is the bottom in? We're actually seeing almost a 5% jump in Bitcoin today, as we see across some of the majors. Sol is back over 130. We're above 2,300 on Ethereum again. And a lot of people are wondering, should I be buying my favorite altcoins right now? And I think it's really hard to tell where we're at in this cycle because of, I think that almost the September price action was so foreseen. Like, so many people talked about how September is going to be the worst month out there, and to prepare for nothing but down action during September, and then we have October. But maybe that price action is a little bit too predictable. And I'm going to go over in this one what I would be doing and the strategy I would be deploying in this market. Because look, number one, time in the market beats timing the market. So this type of move right here, and then we just filter on the daily, we see some coins up 30% today, taking a really nice jump from their local bottoms. So we have to go over everything in the market today, from what is my strategy? What would I, tell someone who is scared of missing the bottom, but also doesn't want to miss a potential pump if we continue from here, what exactly I would be doing in this market. So let's dive into it, guys. Like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more every single day and every week here on In the Game. I think as of this video going live, we're at like 99.4K, like 600 from 100K subs. If you guys could help us out down below, hit the links down below, subscribe, like, comment, tell everyone where you're getting all your crypto gaming alpha here on YouTube as well. Shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Moon Tropica, 𝗖𝗢𝗬𝗡𝗧, we have OnMe, we have NordVPN, as well as all of our sponsors and exchange partners down below in the description. So as mentioned, like what we're seeing with Bitcoin today, it does make you ask the question, and look, this market is never easy. This market is the type of thing that is going to make you drive your head through a wall. One day you think it might have some positive momentum, and then it dumps. And then you think that, oh, September price action, here we are. And then you just see this tremendous pump. I mean, a 5% pump on Bitcoin in a day is pretty substantial. Now we're at the mid 56 levels as of this recording. We've come down since the 2nd, so last week, from 59.6K to where we are now to 56, but we got as low as 53 just on Friday, really. That would have been Friday. So, I mean, this price action, like I said, it's going to make you frustrated. It's going to make you wonder, did I miss the bottom? Do I need to deploy now? And I think that the most simple way to put this, and I said this in the intro, is me, your other favorite YouTubers, your favorite crypto Twitter accounts, your favorite chart TA, no matter who it is. Nobody knows if the bottom's in. Nobody knows if the market's going higher from here, lower from here, if we're going into a bear. I think we all think we're going into a bull market, but look, no one actually knows exactly what's going to happen. And everyone's so, like, the prophecy, even myself included, I prepare for a negative September, but the sentiment all over crypto Twitter, all over the timeline, all over YouTube is so doom and gloom. And, it's the same thing when everyone's in euphoria, you kind of start to think like, I'm going to take a little bit of profits here. And then after that, whenever we see these types of, depressionary time periods where people are just like, it's over, sell everything. It's so easy. The trade is just don't do anything in September. We'll be back in Q4. And while I also think that Q4 is going to be very strong, maybe we overpriced in this September bearish period. And like we had this $6,000 dip right here. Maybe we're a little bit overestimating just how bad this is going to be this month. The one thing that I would say, and like I said, I said it in the intro, is time in the market beats timing the market. So what have I been doing? Well, you guys know the positions I'm bullish on. I'm bullish on the top blue chips. So for me, that's stuff like Sol, stuff like TON, Avalanche, 𝗓𝗪. Those are positions that I'm firmly planted into, and I have no plans of getting out of until we get to the peak bull run. And then I have my top gaming protocols, stuff like immutable, Gala, not Gala, stuff like immutable, Beam, Ronin, Super, those types of coins, Prime, etc. Moving down the list into individual games, I have my Wild, I have a couple other positions, AI, RWA, whatever the case is. Like, I have my long-term positions. If we are to see this September price action play out to where it is so negative, my DCA point, to be completely honest with you, was under 50. So for me, I wasn't even going to add to any positions if we didn't go under 50K, because everyone on the timeline was calling for 48. 48 was the magic number. Well, now we're back up at 56.5 as we're recording this, and it really, hammers down on the fact that you timing the bottom, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to hold all your I'm going to sell here and wait for it to go lower, and I'm going to buy back all of my positions. That's too much stress. When we look at the long-term time horizon here, we're heading into a bull market. I think we all know that. Whether we start getting upward price momentum now in October, which we term as Uptober, or next year, like, I'm 100% comfortable sitting in my positions that I've accumulated throughout the bear market. Like, at the end of the day, we bought Super, Beam, Prime, we bought all of these coins at the dirt bottoms. Like, there's no reason for me to go reach and try to add to positions at time periods where the market's pretty uncertain. So if you're completely sidelined and you haven't deployed into some of these tokens yet, let me just go use an example of something like a Superverse. All right, we're sitting at 70 cents, and I'm very bullish on Super. I think what's coming up in this ecosystem is just, it's going to be tremendously bullish, and retail is going to flock to this token. So I'm going to use Super because it's one that I'm very high on at this moment in time. Let's say you want to get involved. You have no positions because you were scared. Everyone told you that September was going to be a bad month. You're sitting in stables 100%. But let's say you have $25,000 in your portfolio. I'm just throwing out round numbers. You have $2,500 that you want to put in 10 coins. But honestly, at that point, I would just put 5K into 5 coins. But nonetheless, we'll say that, 5K into 5 coins. But you're scared maybe this market could go lower. What I would do is I would DCA 40% of your position, so put 1,000 in. Leave 1,500 on the side, knowing that you want to put it into Super. If it goes down to 58 cents, you could put in another 20% of your position, and then another 20% if it dips, or whenever you're comfortable. Because look, nothing is worse than having no exposure to the things that you want positions into, and then you start to all of a sudden see the market shift one way. And I don't think we're in the clear. Like, I genuinely think, for me, my best action right now is doing nothing. And I said this on last week's shows. There are times in the market where doing nothing is going to beat over trading. So I'm not over trading, because I can tell you how many people probably got wiped out. I would probably I would bet, not beg. I would bet that 5% move, so many shorts just got liquidated because everyone's thinking September, bad month, yada, yada. So like, when the herd is going one way, it almost just pays to go the other. And that's why I said, like, I haven't been trading this market. I'm not accumulating new positions. I'm sitting in my bags. I'm looking at the longer term time horizon, and that's just what I'm doing. So I know it's a little bit of a rant here, but it's, number one, like, me or your other favorite KOLs or influencers, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, but we can play the time horizons. And September is typically a rocky month. So are we out of the weeds yet? Absolutely not. But I think you need to have stacks of your favorite positions, maybe leave a little bit of stables on the side. But this is why I've been telling you guys, I'm not doing anything right now. If we go under 50, I would assume that altcoins take a pretty decent hit, and then I'll be ready to pounce on my favorite positions. But right now, like, things are kind of just right where I expect them to be as far as altcoins. So I don't see that crazy value in adding to my DCAs. We have people like Michael Saylor who says Bitcoin is going to go to $13 million a coin. I don't know about all that. but we'll see. We have some of our favorite positions here. Beam, which is partnering up with 𝗙𝗎𝗎 Games. I still do like 𝗙𝗎𝗎. I think that they're absolutely crushing it over there. They're building with Immutable, Beam, etc. And now they're on the Sphere marketplace. So pretty good collaboration here for both Beam and 𝗙𝗎𝗎. We have Superverse kind of teasing exactly what I was just saying. The catalysts they have coming up are really going to sweep the space. And I think retail is just going to gravitate towards it. And what you have to remember, let me just go back over to Super. Let's find it here. Yeah, I think it's like sideways for the week. Oh, 70 cents now. We like to see that. If we go over to Super, we scroll down here, they're on Coinbase and they're on Binance. So it's very publicly accessible. So the retail has access to a coin like Super, whereas I believe Ronin isn't on Coinbase. Some of these other top tier gaming coins, IMX and Super, they're on Coinbase, whereas some of these other ones aren't. So this is very retail accessible. And knowing what I know about Super and the things that are coming, I think that the retail is going to flock to this. So very bullish on Beam and Super. And then just looking into the Avalanche ecosystem, because both of these tie in. These have been my sole focuses over the last month and a half. You guys have seen it unfold. I've been screaming from the top ropes that off the grid is the game that's going to catch mainstream adoption, and it certainly looks that way. But then we go look at the positions that I've been focused on this month. Avalanche is up 11% this month. We got in here around $20 on a DCA. We've been looking at Beam, which is doing pretty good. It's holding its price action. We have Super, which is up 24% over the 30-day time period, as well as those three are really the ones that I've been super focused on, is Avalanche, Beam, and Super, and those have played out quite nicely. And then if you're running low on liquidity, like I've said, you could jump into these airdrop campaigns. We have stuff like Dark Times, who their backing is absolutely impeccable. Goat Gaming, which they've had a 40% retention rate over 3 weeks, which is absolutely insane. The industry average is 15% to 20%. We have stuff like tons of dragon, tons of dungeons. Pardon me, that's a kind of a lot there. And this is built by the Honeyland team, and they have 250,000 players since launching this experience. We have MemeFi. I know a lot of people are farming this one. Telegram community with over 15 million subscribers, and their MemeFi bot for gaming has over 45 million players. So there's plenty of opportunities out there for you to take advantage of if you're out of liquidity, to be able to jump in and farm these airdrops and be able to potentially gain some liquidity. Because like I've said, and I've alluded to previous videos, but it is really a sequence. And if you're following along, the market's going to be what it is. And, we're sticking to our strategy. I'm not really doing much. So if I'm not going to be spending money in the market, I'm going to spend some time farming these airdrops. I know I'm going to have an allocation for what I've done into GOAT, Infinigods, Super Champs, Dark Times, RKL, all of these different campaigns. So now I'm going to jump into some of these Telegram ones and try to get a little bit of a position in those, while the market is at a point where I'm not willing to put in longs or shorts, because the market is just simply so unpredictable and so choppy. Moving over to AI really quick. Last week we saw some rumors that NVIDIA got subpoenaed, and then NVIDIA said that they didn't get subpoenaed. But if we go look at the watch list, some of these AI coins got hit kind of hard, like GPU, which moves pretty simultaneous with NVIDIA, down to 67 cents. Even BitTensor 𝗬𝗢 is down 6% this month. We have Render around $5. I think AI is a pretty good sector to place your money into right now as well. I think the AI tokens that have strength, I wouldn't be going down into the low market cap stuff. You just don't really know what you're going to be getting there. I would focus on Render, 𝗬𝗢, Prime. I would look at stuff like GPU and PAL. That's where I would probably focus my DCAs in the AI space. And then looking ahead to some upcoming projects, we have Kip, who just recently launched their nodes, and I think those are going to be highly profitable. Kip Protocol. First of all, there's some good AI projects now, from Render, 𝗬𝗢, GPU. Like I said, PAL. I really like 𝗖𝗢𝗟. I think 𝗖𝗢𝗟 is a great project. But a lot of the stuff out there right now is just copy paste, trying to catch waves on the AI narrative, whereas Kip is actually bringing unique things to the table. They just closed a $5 million funding round, co-led by Animoca and Tribe Capital. They have their nodes live. I know the TGE is coming up. There is a campaign you can come in and actually start earning and farming some Kip tokens as well. So I would highly implore not only looking into the projects that are on the market right now. But it goes back to what I was saying with these airdrop campaigns is you could go in and start getting allocations into future projects that are coming out that I think could show some really good strength in the AI market once they come to market. And just to really summarize, guys, like, I know the first 8 minutes of this show was a rant, and I'm not here to give you new token calls because I'm not getting into anything new right now. And I understand that everyone out there wants alpha, and the alpha right now is to do nothing. Like, do not shake yourself out of this market before the main show begins, which I think is going to begin during October in the election season. Do we go up or down from here? Myself or whoever you consider the smartest YouTuber, they don't know either. So the one thing you can do is form a strategy. I have my positions. I have some stables on the side. If we go down from here, below 50 is my DCA point, then I'll put in some positions at that point in time. But I'm not about to deposit into the leverage casino and start trading longs and shorts when this market is literally showing us no signs of what it's going to do next. So don't trade yourself out of liquidity. Don't trade yourself out of this market. Have your positions, because time in the market beats timing the market every single time. But the one thing I can tell you is the next couple weeks of videos, I'm going to line you up for the rest of the bull run. And what I mean by that, I see the comments. You guys want an updated tier list. You guys want a 10K to 100K portfolio challenge. You guys want an updated meme coin tier list, AI tier list. I'm going to give it to you. We're going to go over, because look, conviction changes over time. And we're going to definitely go over everything. I'm going to try to get you set up top to bottom, the strategy, the conviction levels that I have into projects moving into Q4 and into 2025, where I think we do see the top of the market, and we have to shuffle things up in the sideways months. So I'll get you all of that over the next few weeks. It's honestly going to be some of the most important weeks of 2024 for content on this channel before I think we see an election season pump. So make sure you're subscribed down below. We're almost at 100K as well. Help us out. I hope that when I'm recording this video tomorrow that I'm going to bring to you guys, that we're at 100K subs and we can do a little bit of a celebration here as well. But help us out down below. And like I said, it's time to dial you guys in and give you an updated conviction on every single thing we're doing in the market. So I'm going to do that with tier lists, different challenges, and make sure we all win in this bull run together. And then a quick shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Moon Tropica, who really is one of my favorite. If there was a low market cap game that I'm investing into right now, it's Moon Tropica. Like, the only gaming projects that I'm really like super convicted on dumping money into, dumping isn't the right word, but putting money into currently, I love Wilder. I really like Carrot. I think that their tokenomics are really good. And I see some people always say tokenomics aren't good, but if you look at the tokenomics, just to really, I'll come back to this, but I want to just show a big example here. Diluted and circulating market cap isn't the only thing to look at. Like, sure, there's only 11% of these tokens circulating, but the unlock schedule, these tokens won't be fully unlocked until 2026, late 2026. So by the time the bull run tops out, there's going to be like 50% circulating. Like, the inflation here really isn't that bad. So I've always seen that. But when it comes to gaming coins, the three that I would be willing to put money into currently, as far as individual games, even Prime has ascended beyond that. Prime is an ecosystem now, not just an individual game. I would say Carrot, Moon Tropica, and Wilder. And the circulating market cap, or the fully diluted here, is just much smaller than all of these different, high. First of all, these two dinosaur coins, I know Axie's still popular for player-based purposes, but, I wouldn't be holding those coins at this point in time. Illuvium does have a lot to work on with their game and their ecosystem currently. Mavia, the dilution there is getting pretty bad, but I still like Heroes of Mavia in totality. Nyan Heroes as well. You know, there's going to be some unlocks coming. But for me, it's one of the only gaming coins that I would be putting money into at this point in time. The game is just absolutely tremendous. They just published a weapon list, and I've jumped in here. My favorite weapon to use is the boomerang and the grapple gun, because the grapple gun, you shoot across, you can yank them towards you, and then you attack them. You can see the Bonk character here. You can see all the accessories, the backpack, the bandana, the kicks. You can see the different helmets. They have Superverse swag, IMX swag. They have Beam swag. Everything in this game is just absolutely tremendous, and I still need to put together a playtest with all of my influencer and gaming friends so I can show you guys exactly how fun this game is. So if you enjoyed the content and if you're a fan of the shows, like the video, subscribe down below. Let me know your thoughts on the market, because the market's uneasy right now, and I said it a lot during the show, but I'm just going to spend time in the market, right? And I have my stables on the side. If we dump into Hades and we see just absolute hell break loose, I'm ready to deploy. And if we go up from here, I'm happy. And that clears your psychology. So you can take that DCA strategy I gave the example on earlier in the show, or you can come up with your own strategy. This is never financial advice. I'm just telling you guys exactly what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is a lot of doom and gloom on the timeline, and a lot of people saying for certain we're going lower or we're going higher, and nobody knows. The best thing you can do is form your own thesis and use these opinions to help shape your thought process heading into what I think is going to be an explosive Q4. So guys, I'll see y'all on the next one. I'll see you tomorrow and Wednesday before I head out to Singapore with the rest of the team for Token 2049. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. As always, play well, my friends.